Hey everyone, this is a video that I'm sure not a lot of you were expecting to hear or see pretty much, but we're back in a sense. Um, wow, it's been a long time since I've sat in front of a microphone and recorded. I have everything that I want to say written down. I will read it to you all as to what's been going on and pretty much answer the questions that some of you guys have. Regarding my unknown at the time, temporarily and simultaneously abrupt leave from YouTube, I want to say that yes, I am okay. I wasn't targeted by the CIA for finding the real life money glitch or anything of the sorts, none of that fucking buffoonery. I burnt out, to put it shortly. I made the mistake of tunnel visioning on just recording and uploading that I disregarded everything except from YouTube. Yes, it's normal to do such a thing. It's exciting in the beginning. You know, you're making progress, big or small results, which motivate you to keep going. You know, all gas and no brakes. To keep thriving, to reach new goals each day. And however, what I realized eventually was by doing so, reaching a sense of perfectionism is you will always be dissatisfied with a day where you don't reach new heights. And when it's continuous, it can become mentally draining and difficult to push on. And at the time, I refused to acknowledge that it was okay to plateau, however long that might have been. I just kept pushing and pushing to upload, developing a system of when to record, when to edit the videos, and create the thumbnails in a systemic manner that would fall into a routine, robotic, and mundane, simply to chase the numbers. I fell into the trap most aspiring YouTubers were warned about, chasing the numbers, whether it's the views or how much money you can make. In my case, was the views. Specifically, I wanted to maintain above at least 1,000 to 2,000 views per video, and I wanted to achieve that at such an unrealistic time frame. I essentially set myself up to fail, and I was too stubborn to detach myself from it that eventually I couldn't take it anymore. I wasn't prioritizing my health. I barely went outside other than for work, which was at most 6 hours of the day when I worked, and I would only work about 3 days at that time. The rest of my time was being inside, recording, editing, uploading, rinse and repeat. You know, I was constantly thinking of what kinds of videos to push me higher. I was going through my data and trying to figure out uh, pretty much, okay, when to cut this, when to switch scenes, when to talk more, or how to add, pretty much how to increase the, I think it was, what was it? I think it was the attention, or actually, better said, how to keep the viewer engaged to watch the full video. So pretty much doing what I guess that what I remember was like what Mr. Beast would do. You know, he'll cut like he'll change the scenes every 3 seconds or do something with the video like every 3 seconds so the viewer stays engaged for the entire video. Pretty much killing your attention span to watch movies and shows or read or anything of those sorts. And I was doing that. These past 6 months, I resented the idea of coming back. I overcorrected and refused to touch any form of video games or anything video editing related stuff. It wasn't until these last few weeks I took time to reflect and analyze what went wrong and what I could do to improve. I would get notifications, and still do, of comments on my videos, the same few people asking where'd I go, if I'm okay, and a lot of it's like when am I going to stream. I thank you. Part of the reason this video is being made is to give you an explanation, and I truly believe the people who are asking and the rest of you all, you guys deserve to know. Now, with that being said, I'll address some of the obvious questions. Am I fully back to uploading as I was doing before? As of now, no. I'm figuring out what I want this channel to be. I won't make any commitment as of this video being uploaded to give a schedule of videos or what they will be about. All I can say is they will be entertainment related, whether it's with video games or movies or shows. I still don't know. I have ideas, but again, they're just ideas. Will I live stream again? No, I won't. I cannot make the time to commit to it as I did last year for those few months. I have other things that require my attention, and those other things, I have them higher in my priority list. What's the channel going to be about? Like I said earlier, I have ideas. If you have any, I encourage you to share in the comments. I will read them. And I want this channel to be something everyone, including myself, to look forward to and enjoy when life gets hard. I'm not looking to be the top YouTuber or to be a celebrity of any kind. I enjoy my privacy and plan to keep as such. And plan to keep as much as I can whilst being fair to you all for investing time to watch and support my future videos. I used to think of YouTube as like my full career, or like what I wanted my career to be. I pretty much just dumped all the eggs in one basket and just went for it. I doubled down, and I did not take into account how time consuming it can be, in the sense of pretty much doing everything on your own. Like all the editing, all the videos that I had, I edited all of them. Thumbnails, I did almost all the thumbnails. I think one or two I didn't do, but everything else I did. You know, the recording was from my gameplay, and of course I had the help of a few people who joined in on the game. Like I had my friend, and I had my brothers who helped, and I had my cousin who helped. But other than that, it was just me. And I remember spending hours and losing sleep on editing videos and the live streams. And I remember starting like a TikTok page so I can advertise my YouTube channel, which is like posting, you know, clips and stuff like that, like live stream highlights and stuff. So I put a lot of time into it, you know, and I'm not, what is it? I'm not saying this to beat myself up or to tell anyone who's trying to be a YouTuber or wants to get into this as a career as like that's the wrong way to approach. Actually, I think what I went through was necessary, because if I didn't go through that, I would have learned that later on, and I feel like if I learned that later on, that would have been more detrimental than it was last year, or a few months, like what, half a year ago, that I felt burnt out. You know, so I'm glad I'm learning this now at this time period in my journey. Um, I also want to say this because this is I believe this is the stuff that not a lot of YouTubers talk about in their journey. And even then, like, yes, I do have 10,000 subs, but and I have made videos and I've been on the space for like 3 years trying to grow my channel. But even then, I don't like to call myself a YouTuber. There's something about it that I don't like, or at least I feel like I haven't earned it. Regarding my experience, in terms of why I burnt out and why I haven't been on the platform for at least a half year. You know, I don't mean to say this to discourage other people. I say this actually to encourage that yes, you will go through this. Some of you may not, but I'm sure a lot of us, a lot of like us aspiring YouTubers, people who want to make this into a career, have felt this way or have gone through something similar, if not as bad or worse than what I have felt and gone through in terms of the feeling. It's okay to plateau. It's okay to be at a standstill in your progress of growing your channel. You know, there's some very, very few people in this space have been fortunate that their channel exploded overnight and then they're able to maintain that success. It's very few, you know, because they're the exception, but we see them constantly because, you know, they're the bigger channels. They're the ones like pulling the views, so we're gonna see them constantly, and we think that, you know, oh, some of us may think that's the norm when in reality it's not. That's the exception. You know, regardless if you blew up overnight, you know, just maintaining that success is difficult. It's time consuming. And especially nowadays with the live streaming, with the shorts, like making sure to keep the viewers attentive to your videos. I just went on a ramble. I don't know if I said my point, but my point is to just keep going. As simple as put it, you know, I think a lot of people say this just to keep going, to keep it simple, but it is okay to plateau. It is okay to make results, reach new heights, and then at some point you just be at a standstill. Like you reach the peak, and then now you're staying at that peak, and that's okay. Because at some point as you keep going, you know, you adjust, you adapt, and you analyze yourself, and you analyze like what you're doing, and then you improve upon it. You'll reach a new peak eventually, and then that cycle continues. That it's like a staircase. You'll grow. You'll get there. You know, and that's what I tell myself now. Is that I'll get there. Like to 100K subscribers, I'll get there. Even though part of me is having a hard time believing in that. I just gotta keep telling myself that, yeah, I'll get there at some point or another. And it's not only just in YouTube, but it's for everything else in life, everything else in your life, whether it's your relationships, whether it's your family, whether it's your, you know, your job or your friends or hobbies or passions you have. As long as you don't stop, you'll get there. I think that covers everything. You know, I am in a much better place, and I have things set in priorities, and one of them would be this channel. You know, I am looking forward to the future, as we all should. And I'll see you guys until then.